Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Well, happy holidays guys. I hope you guys had a great Easter, if that's what you celebrate. If not, I hope you had a great weekend. Saying hello to all of you out there in the great fruit plains of America and everywhere else you might be hearing me here on the internet. I want to say hi, thank you for joining in, thank you for tuning in and all that good stuff. Now let's talk about April Fools. Here's an April Fool joke. Hey, if you attack your customers in the game industry, in the video game industry, if you're a CEO, if you're a gaming journalist, you're still gonna have a job. No, you're not. You got laid off. These smug idiots, let me tell you. You know, these well-educated people, they come from academia, they know better than you. Oh, you peasants that don't know the wonders of socialism and Marxism. Oh, you don't know because you're the uneducated masses. You know, when these guys get preachy, it is just a sight to see. You know, these guys forget that the reason the old Germans got their name is because they were the National Socialist Party, right? That's how they got that little acronym, right? And the woke Nazis forget that that little piece of history exists. And they engage in the same behavior that these guys are. These guys are anti-American. They're anti-productive. They're anti-men, right? In a traditional sense. And they think they're better than you, right? A lot of these people think that because they went to college and they criticize somebody that didn't go to college, they're better than you. They're just smarter than you. They have more knowledge than you. And it could be true that they have read more books, right? But from spending so many years in college, let me tell you, there are some really, really stupid people in college. And you can just look at the data, look at all these guys opening their mouths and saying some stupid shit, right? Any person, whether they go to college or not, can be wise or stupid. There are many people that I know that have never stepped a foot on a college campus that are very wise, right? And there's a lot of idiots with PhDs, let me tell you. PhDs and things that don't make sense, right? If your job starts with equity of any kind, you produce nothing. These people produce nothing but hot air and want to be compensated for it, want to preach to the rest of us about how wrong we are in our choices, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, whether it's things that are really none of my business or theirs, right? I don't care where you worship. I'm just here to entertain you. I don't care what your sexuality is or who you slept with last night or how many. I don't care. Are you entertained by this or not? If you're not, you choose another channel. If you are, thank you for joining me. That's it. There are things that are not for me to say. I'm not here to judge other people. And these people that want diversity and inclusion only mean it in certain ways. They don't want diversity of thought. Of course not. Because if you're a minority, they feel that they are in the right to lecture you on what being a minority is. All they have to do is color their hair and put on some tattoos and do it. You know, you see that Kotaku idiot, the fake Latina, change her last name and now thinks she can lecture actual minorities on what is right and wrong. But what they really attack are traditional values. They attack Americans. They attack their customers. The smugness of these people knows no bounds, absolutely no bounds whatsoever. They always feel that they're better than you and smarter than you, and the only reason you think what you think is because you're uneducated. They don't see a world where you can actually go to college and still make those choices. Well, guess who's at these colleges? Colleges are full of professors that couldn't cut it in the real world. Doesn't matter what. Right? Those who can do and those who can't teach. Unfortunately, a lot of these college professors, especially back in the 80s and 90s, were relegated to that because Their views were so unpopular, and then they proceeded to poison the minds of a lot of people, right? And you can choose to be socialist as much as you want, right? You have the right to do that. You have the right to belong to the Marxist Party, because here in America, you can be a Marxist or a communist, right, and still be here in America and have a great time. You can't be a capitalist in a Marxist country, let me tell you. That's out of bounds. It will not be allowed. It will not be allowed. But the reason these people have no jobs is because they're attacking the traditional man. They're attacking traditional families. They sit here and try to tell hardworking Americans how they should raise their kids. They want to tell them what their beliefs should be. They want to tell them how they should vote. Things that are none of their business at all. At all. They go beyond their jobs, and they are activists. They want to influence the public. And in some cases, they hate the public that they're serving or they're supposed to serve, because, you know, they're so much better than you because they've been through the halls of academia. A lot of these degrees that they have are worthless. They contribute nothing to society. Nobody has ever said, you know, I need to build this bridge. You know what I really need? I need a gaming journalist. You know, this house fire that started over here, I need some rescuing. You know what I really need? I really need a sensitive man to come and rescue me, to make sure that he's in the right frame of mind before he, you know, takes me out of this burning building. If he's not sensitive enough, or he doesn't have the right political points of view, I don't want him. Or my plumber, or my electrician, or whoever it is, right? They just... Can you imagine that? But that's how they treat us. The American worker, these people that who would never show up to work if they have a headache. The rest of us have to go to work regardless. There is no headaches day off for the fathers out there, right? The only reason we're taking the day off is if we have to go to the hospital. If we don't have to go to the hospital, we're showing up to work, right? Those are the mottos we live by. We're hardworking people. We deserve respect as much as, you know, the rest of the people out there demanding respect. The way we get our respect is we command it with our deeds. We don't sit there and lecture other people on why we should be respected, right? Because when crap hits the fan, it's the American worker, it's the people that work in infrastructure, it's the everyday person that these idiots rely on for their rights. Nothing would exist if people that they crap on constantly wouldn't go to work every day. There would be no freeways, right? They couldn't even fix their toilets on their own. They wouldn't be in the right state of mind. And they sit here and wonder why they don't have jobs. You don't have a job because you're an idiot. You don't have a job because you bring nothing to the table for the company buying your company. Absolutely not. If you were a great worker, they wouldn't get rid of you. If you brought something to the table, they wouldn't get rid of you. Companies don't get rid of employees that make them money. You know who they get rid of? They get rid of employees who don't come into work because they don't feel like it, because they're not in the right frame of mind. They get rid of workers that don't show up to work because they have headaches. They get rid of workers who are unproductive. That's the way it works. And if you don't like your job, right? If you don't like the settings that you're in, this is America. You can make your own job. But you ever notice how these idiots will criticize every other company on how they're doing things wrong, but they will not spend 1 cent, 1 red cent to create a company with their belief system. You know why? Because it wouldn't make money and they would starve to death. These are leeches. These are leeches of the gaming industry. They exist off our dollars, whether we spend our dollars or not. And so once we decide that we don't want to spend our dollars with them because they hate us, because they hate a masculine man, they claim to respect every sexuality except for straight men. Straight men, right? It doesn't matter who you are. You could be black, gray, white, whatever, and they call you white adjacent. This is a freaking cult of idiots. They will shut any dissenting opinion down. You're getting laid off because you're not worth the money. It's that simple. And the American people are tired of your crap. We're tired of getting preached to. We're tired of getting criticized. We're tired of getting looked down upon because we don't see the world as you do. And we're never going to. We've seen your ideology at work, and it never works. You get the promise of being taken care of in exchange for your freedom. These idiots are willing to give away their freedom because they never paid for it with anything. These idiots, right, have enjoyed freedoms that they never had to sacrifice for. And here they are trying to tell the rest of America how to live. Well, guess what? You don't. We're voting with our dollars, and that means you are not going to have a job. That's exactly what it means. April Fool. April Fools, you're the fool, you idiots. Now go get a job, get a real education, and find out what life is really about. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.